What's up, guys? Kaidason here. Um, I decided to record something a little different this time around. I don't know if you can already tell, but life's been a little interesting for me, to say the least. I guess I just things haven't really been going the way I wanted it to go. But I can't speak of how I wanted things to go, as well as just generally a lot of things going. I guess the point I'm trying to make is I thought I'd be farther by now, to say the least. I, as you might have seen with my content, I've played many different games at this point, and I've tried a lot of different things, and none have seemed to go the way I've hoped. And it's admittedly it can be frustrating and kind of disappointing. Regards to, I guess, my life in general, I mean, it hasn't really been hectic or anything, that's for sure. I mean, it's been pretty good, actually, at least in some aspects. I mean, I got a new job. Granted, it's not where I want to be, but it's a better job nonetheless. Better pay, like a more stable, like more confined work schedule and such like that. So, nothing to complain about there, but at the same time, I will admit, I don't like it that much, at least not fully. That's why my dream of wanting to be an esports player and, make content, become a YouTuber or streamer or anything like that, I've been wanting to do it even more. But honestly, I don't know how to go about it, really. I thought I understood what to do, and honestly, I already know the option of, like, just playing games. Just, you can't just play them, you gotta actually put in the work, set goals, stuff like that. I don't even aware. I mean, one thing I think that's kind of kept me in a weird rut is that whatever game I've tried to play feels I can't seem to stick to it. Feels like after a little bit of time of being motivated and like, let's go, let's do this, and then after playing just a few days or so, granted, I might get fixated with the game at some point, and that leads me to maybe playing on like weeks or a few months, maybe more than expected. But at the same time, at some point, almost always at some point, hit a wall where I just either lose interest, I feel frustrated at least trying to improve, where it just feels pointless, or I just don't feel satisfied. I think recently that's happened with me in Fortnite, for example. Granted, I think I did enjoy the game at one point a lot, and I do think the game is a very good game. It's just with the building and stuff like that, it felt kind of off. Like, I actually spent a few months to get good at it, and I enjoyed that process. But now with the new chapter, I was pretty excited and motivated to like start a new chapter, get into comp, the whole shebang. But I guess suddenly I had that wall hit me again, where I felt super frustrated to try to get better at the game. Because like I understood like partially what I was doing wrong. At the same time, I knew what different from me from someone that's better than me. But at the same time, it felt like the bridge to get there felt so far distant. Honestly, like I kind of feel like part of me is just lazy, which I'm aware of the fact that I'm not trying hard enough, or I'm not actually like I already know what to do. I should just do it, but same time I don't. Like feels like I know, but at the same time I don't. And even at the same time I don't feel like it. Where it's like every time I get on to play, I just feel exhausted suddenly. Granted, when I'm really interested in something, I know I can like suddenly wake up and just feel like super energized to play, but I don't feel that way when it comes to Fortnite as of right now. I haven't felt that way about a lot of things recently, at least. I felt more tired or distant or just unmotivated. But I know motivation isn't everything. And I know it doesn't necessarily affect, like, you're not gonna always have motivation. You're gonna have to push through it sometimes and grit, that whole thing. But honestly, I think what I'm missing, at least when it comes to finding that thing that I like, or that thing that really keeps me going, is just having that passion for that game. I think one of the things about getting good at anything is you have to have something that you like about it. Otherwise, what's the point? If you don't have fun with it, then why are you doing it in the first place? And a lot of things, I like certain parts or aspects of things, but most things I don't like about it. And it makes a lot of things that keeps deterring me from wanting to do anything better at it. And honestly, there's this thing with most competitive games I play where I could see what better players are doing. I have an idea of what I'm doing wrong and probably the way to fix it, but I don't feel like fixing it. It sounds stupid, I know. Like, in my head, it's like, what do you mean you don't want to feel like fixing it? Like, you never get good. If you don't feel like doing it, who's going to do it for you? Nobody. I know. But it's just weird to feel, exhausted. Like, this feeling of, like, you know what you need to do, but at the same time, you don't feel like doing it. Like, you're just exhausted. It just doesn't feel like it's satisfying to do in the first place. It feels, like, pointless. I don't know if I'm saying the right words, but I wonder if you guys have ever felt like that before, where there's this thing that you once liked doing and you wanted to get better at it, but at the same time, you just don't feel like it sometimes. It feels like even when you do it, or you watch someone else that does it better than you, it doesn't even feel satisfying. And that's actually a good point, where watching professional Fortnite players or watching professional certain games I've played, it doesn't look satisfying like I remember it used to be when watching. I used to remember playing some of the old games I used to play, like back when I used to play Destiny and play PvP a lot. I remember watching the montages and stuff like that, and I remember felt just inspired, and just watching the big, better players than me do really cool things. It was satisfying and gratifying to watch. I guess that's a better word. Just felt good and satisfying to watch. But nowadays, it doesn't feel that way. At least with the games I play now, those games don't give that sense of feeling anymore. But I guess the point of it is, like, I just don't feel satisfied with some of the games I'm playing nowadays. And it doesn't really feel as authentic as I want my content to be. Like, I want to generally enjoy something so I can make good content for it. And same time with you guys, I want to be authentic with my content. I don't want to feel like I'm hiding behind a screen, or it feels faked, or like I feel like I'm hiding myself. When it comes to me streaming, I try my best to talk a lot, but at the same time, I remember in the past when I did streams, I didn't feel like talking sometimes. Things would frustrate me to no end, and I would just be silent. Which obviously, as a streamer, you need to talk, your chat, and stuff like that. Granted, I had nobody in chat, which is another thing. But even with that, like, I need to talk still and practice that. But there are moments where I just don't have anything to say, or just don't feel like talking because I'm just that out of it. And I don't want that for you guys. That's not entertaining to watch, and that's pretty upsetting to watch. But at the same time, like, how do you deal with that? The only other option is finding something that actually makes you happy. At least enjoy enough to do that. And granted, like, there's moments where people are upset about things, but they still show passion for something. And I don't feel like I show enough passion to where I can still be active and talking, but also not feel just defeated or just disinterested. So I guess the point is, I'm just trying to find that thing that feels satisfying to me. I'm hoping and praying that one day I get a game that really does hit me in the right spot, like some games used to in the past. Until that point, however, I guess I'll just be trying new things, trying to see how things will work. Also, one thing as well, regards of my content being authentic and such, I actually realized something while listening to music earlier today, actually. I guess you guys are familiar with how artists, at least music artists, they make a lot of songs that sometimes reflect their negative emotions or how they feel about things or how they're going through life. And obviously, it's not always positive. And one of the things that seems to resonate a lot with the listener is that these songs can be very relatable. It relates to whatever a person might be going through in that time or gone in the past, and it helps people actually cope with that issue. I realized that the fact that these artists are going through these things, or actively going or have gone through these things, and they still, even through that, make the music about said thing, or they continue to make music, and that music is like reflecting of what's going on in their life. And it got me thinking about how content creation works and how usually you make videos about whatever topic or try to stay positive or stay to a specific light, depending on how you want your viewer to see you. And there's also the other types of videos where they do kind of get real and talk kind of gritty and kind of talk about how they feel about things, stuff like that. I realized just the fact that music artists can do that and make songs about whatever they're going through, even while maybe not even feeling ready to make that stuff. It's honestly kind of really cool, actually. And that's why I decided to make this video. It feels a lot of place, obviously, it probably will be, and I don't know this will get a lot of views anyway, but it feels real, and I feel like with me wanting to get more consistent with how I make content, at least trying to make something, whether it just goes nowhere or anything, I felt like making this video would be the best way to do that. If I can't have any good ideas or not really feeling motivated to make any videos about said ideas I have, at least I can post this. Well, I think I've yapped long enough already, but let me know if you guys like this kind of thing, and I might continue to do it. I feel like it's good therapy, as well as just I'm able to make something. Either rather be nothing or whatever, but let me know if you guys like this, and maybe it maybe helped you, and let me know if you guys have similar thoughts or problems like this, or you guys are going through something, and I'm here to listen, and I'll try to respond if I can. But yeah. Well, guys, hope to catch y'all in the next video, and yeah, peace.